It's now time for Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, live on the Woodward Sports Network. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m. Starring Ryan Ermanni, Michigan great and former NFL baller Braylon Edwards, and of course, Tom Mazaway. Let's talk some sports.
Hey, let's go! Friday show, December 15th, 2023. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com, fox2detroit.com, and the Fox local app if you are watching live. Our bread and butter is YouTube. Watch us there anytime. Woodward Sports on YouTube. Braylon Edwards, good afternoon to you, my friend.
Good afternoon to you, my friend. Pete, I'm loving what you're doing with the angles, the different camera angles, all that. I love it. KG in the studios, first time. We appreciate you being here.
Yes.
It's going to be a good night. It's going to be a good
Kenny over here.
Kenny. Tom Mazaway.
What up, Ray?
You called it last night, and with that, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I wish I called the Bray. I called the over.
And that's all that matters in the
I called the
world.
Chargers, though, and I was out of it about 4 minutes into the game.
Who told you? You know what? Never mind. You know what?
You told me never bet on Brandon Staley, and they're never betting on Brandon Staley again, are they?
No, Brandon Staley, we'll get right into it, guys. Here we go. Brandon Staley and their general manager, Tom Telesco, fired today. No shock at all. It absolutely had to happen. I'm not sure I've seen a more lopsided NFL game in the history of my life, and that includes earlier in the year when the Miami Dolphins beat the Denver Broncos, where they scored 70 points.
Yep.
This was worse than that.
It was 42-0 at the half.
Thank you. 42-0 at the half. The Chargers were out of this thing. They did not show up. They quit on their coach, Braylon Edwards.
Hold on, Pete. You gotta get my hand up.
Yeah.
I want to raise my hand like we're in 6th grade.
You got it.
At J-Zoo, CYO, 6 Mile in Illinois. At the end of the day, it's not about continuously telling you what's going on with Brandon Staley. Maz, at the end of the day, it's looking at the track record. Like, legitimately, last year, you're up by 28 points in the playoffs. You lose that lead, then you lose the game. How many times have we watched him blow games because of decisions that he was making because of what a book says, as opposed to what his gut told him? You know why he doesn't have a good, a gut feeling about making gut decisions? Because he's not that guy. He doesn't have a track record of understanding that 1 year as a coordinator, 4 years on a coaching staff. It goes back to what we say, Tom Mazaway, stop hiring the best friends of a guy who may have a little success, or stop hiring a guy because, well, you know, he's the next guy in line under this tree. Do the vetting process. Do the homework. That's how you give yourself a chance.
He did finish 42, I think, and 42. He finished at a 500 record.
Reverse those numbers.
Yeah.
24 and 24.
Is that what it was?
It was 24 and 24. Right. At the end of the day, the Spanos family owe that freaking franchise a better situation than Brandon Staley. They doubled down on him as well. Ryan, this isn't a graduation, or this isn't a celebration of he got fired. This is what they should have done for their franchise and their fan base.
And they probably should have, let's be honest, they should have done it last year, and it probably cost him Sean Payton. And that is, you know, when you see what Sean Payton's doing with the Denver Broncos now in a much worse situation the Denver Broncos were. But that's why, you know, you don't hang on to coaches when you know that it doesn't fit. And I think for anybody that watches football over a period of time, you know that Brandon Staley was not equipped to handle being a head coach. Now,
63-21 the final, in case you guys missed it last night.
Yeah, and that's important to point out, too. 21 points. This is, mind you, this is not the Kansas City Chiefs that put up 63. This is a team that scored 0 points 4 days earlier. They lost to the Minnesota Vikings 3-0, and then to come out and score 21 in the first, 21 in the second, 63 for the game. That is incredible. The second most points scored this season. The Oakland Raiders, Aiden O'Connell, throwing 4 touchdown passes in the first half.
Amazing.
Now, there's one aspect of this game I did want to talk to you guys about. Jacoby Myers up, I think it was 49-7.
Yeah.
And Jacoby Myers doing a wide receiver throwback for a touchdown.
To Devontae Adams.
I was surprised by that. Let's say that. I was surprised by that, inside the 5-yard line. Just shove it down their throat at that point. They've already given up. I would not have done that. But there's no doubt the LA Chargers it's a good job. There's going to be a lot of good jobs open up this year. So you had to do it today. You get the head start on any sort of, feeling of building your list. They, of course, probably had a list of replacements.
You know who the favorite is already?
Who?
Jim Harbaugh. It's Bill Belichick.
It's 3 people. It's Bill Belichick, number 1, Tom Mazaway. You know who's number 2. He happens to be in Ann Arbor. And then number 3 is, I just saw it was 1, 2. Oh, he happens to be in Detroit.
Ben Johnson.
Those are 1, 2, 3.
Kellen Moore, too.
He'll get a look, but
right.
He'll get a look. But again, Dallas's offense got better without him.
Plus, they're going to blow out the whole staff.
Yeah, Justin Herbert got worse with him. It is what it is. I mean, no disrespect to Kellen Moore. I'm sure he's fine, but numbers don't lie. Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't lie. I will say this.
Okay, Lil Wayne.
You're right. This is something that nobody is talking about. But here's my concern with the LA Chargers. And the job is not done here in Detroit. It is nowhere near done in Detroit. But if I'm Dean Spanos, the very first call I make is to Brad Holmes. They fired their general manager today. Brad Holmes came from Los Angeles, where he was with the Rams. Brad Holmes has rebuilt a franchise and helped instill a culture here in Detroit that is unmatched in the history of this franchise, at least in the Super Bowl area. The LA Chargers have a salary cap where over 50% of that salary cap is eaten up by 4 players. So what do they need to do? They need to draft well. And they have a 3rd, 4th, or 5th pick when it's all said and done. They can trade out of that because they don't need a quarterback. If they want, they can acquire more picks. If you give Brad Holmes picks, you know what he can do. That thing in LA can get turned around very quickly. My first call, forget about Jim Harbaugh, forget about Bill Belichick, forget about Ben Johnson. My first call is to the general manager of the Detroit Lions, Brad Holmes, to bring him back to LA, but this time for the Chargers.
I disagree. My first call would be Bill Belichick, and here's why. You already have pieces in place on the defensive side, and what is Bill Belichick known since the New York Giants? His defense. Yeah. So you already have defensive pieces in place. On the offensive side, why did Bill Belichick have so much success in New England Patriots outside of his mind?
He had Brady.
It's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
We've got a guy in Los Angeles, Ryan Ermanni, Justin Herbert, who everybody's basically crowned the king for the better part of the last 4 years. Now you get a chance to have a guy like Bill Belichick be your coach who's going to focus on the defense. You don't think Derwin James plays a lot better with Bill Belichick? You don't think Khalil Mack stays? You don't think Joey Bosa, if he can stay healthy, can be a better version of himself under Bill Belichick? And then you have Justin Herbert. I think Bill Belichick is the very first call that you make because he can change the franchise all the way around as well. With Brad Holmes, he's just in a role of trying to draft talent. But we've seen here, Brad Holmes necessarily hasn't pulled certain triggers that you may have wanted him to pull.
What makes you think that Brad Holmes would want to leave here?
Make him say no. No, I'm not saying he wants to leave. Yeah. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying.
No, I agree with you.
I am not saying that Brad Holmes wants to leave here at all. I'm saying I'm going to go ahead and make him tell me no. Because that's the kind of guy I would want. You could give me Bill Belichick. We've seen what he does with the personnel. That's why New England is in this position, because it's only since he's taken over the personnel responsibilities. They can't draft. They can't hire any or sign any free agents. And he's going to want that power.
Can I ask you an objective question, though? But he has personnel already in place. Like, you're absolutely right. We know Bill Belichick is going to get in there. He's probably going to draft a kicker. He's probably going to draft a punter. He's probably going to draft a couple offensive linemen. We understand that as it relates to the managerial side. But in terms of having players already intact, he has Joey Bosa, he has Khalil Mack, he has Derwin James, he has Asante Samuel Jr., he has Rashawn Slater, he has insert player here, Keenan Allen. You can get rid of Mike Williams, you can get rid of everybody else on offense, but he has pieces in play, and that's why I think he can have success around, because it's already in place. But if he had to build it, I agree with you. He's not the guy for the job. Like at Washington Commanders, he's not the guy for that job.
And again, if I told you, if you're a Chargers fan, you could pick the situation you want. We'll go around the room. Chargers fan, you could have Bill Belichick be your head coach and general manager, or I will pony up and I will make Brad Holmes your general manager and Dan Quinn your head coach. Which situation are you most for?
They're not going to hire another defensive coordinator, I can tell you that.
Not, well, look.
They're not.
But I think that's unfair. This defensive coordinator was completely unprepared for the job. Completely. He should have Braylon is so right about this.
Dan Quinn took the team to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He did.
Thank you. There's a big difference here.
And then the offensive genius blew it.
Correct. Kyle Shanahan.
So that's why
if they run the ball, they beat the Patriots.
You know, and not only that, Maz, but if you're looking at Dan Quinn, I mean, yes, can you go get Jim Harbaugh? Sure. Go make him tell you no as well. But Dan Quinn, to me, is the single hottest coaching candidate on the market next year. And you can't tell me that a defensive coordinator can't do it either. Just go look at what the Houston freaking Texans are doing right now with a rookie quarterback. This is incredible. They right now, it's week 15 in the NFL, and the 2-win Houston Texans from a year ago are sitting in a playoff spot with the number 2 overall pick in the NFL draft. I mean, this is incredible. And why? Because DeMeco Ryans brings a toughness and an attitude and an area of expertise that is unmatched, that franchise has not seen in quite some time. So that's why. So I don't discriminate offense or defense anymore, because DeMeco Ryans has bucked the trend there.
Ryan Ermanni, you're absolutely 100% correct, because I feel like a lot of times we look at things like 11 teams out of the 14 that are in the playoff championship right now. They're all offensive-minded coaches. But we forget to look at things like, arguably one of the greatest coaches in the modern era is Pete Carroll, correct? Last time I checked, what side of the ball does he profess on?
Yep.
So you're 100% correct, Ryan, in mind. Like, you can get it done. All you do, you got to look at the situations. Offense wins games now. Make sure your offensive coordinator is up to speed. Make sure your quarterback coach is really up to speed. And make sure you have an offensive assistant that can really help on that line. That way you can focus. Like when I was in New York, Rex Ryan, guess how many meetings I saw him in? Tom Mazaway. Didn't see Rex in a lot of offensive meetings. But guess what? We were in every game, or we won most of those games. He had the defense right with Mike Pettin, and then on the offensive side, he relied on his offensive coordinator. That's what you got to do in this day and age. Trust what you do well, but hire well, Ryan Ermanni. Any company in the world, I want to hire somebody so I don't have to focus on a certain thing. That's what you got to do in that situation.
And that's what the Lions have to do, is focus on the Broncos. 4 games to go. 2-game lead. You'll hear from Amon-Ra St. Brown coming up next on how this team is ready for the challenge. We'll do that. But first, a message from Dispo.
That's right. Now open till midnight, Dispo Romeo. And also today, as well as tomorrow, it is the Dispo Holiday Extravaganza. So you can get Santa. It doesn't matter if you're a kid. It doesn't matter if you're grown up. We're all kids at heart. We love Santa Claus. Come down, get a picture with Santa, and you also might get great discounts on cannabis products. Come to Dispo Romeo. It doesn't matter. Also, Dispo Hazel Park, Dispo Whitmore. All the Dispos are also doing this. The Holiday Extravaganza. Turn up. It's your local plug, Dispo.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Oh, yeah. Nothing. G-G-G-G-A. Oh, sorry. I forgot. There we go. Oh, cheers, buddy. I think we need to get you a pick.
Dreaming of a new home, but feeling the financial pinch? Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right, I said $5,000. Call Mark White and Associates today at 248-290-8242 or visit them at markwhitesells.com. Again, call Mark White today at 248-290-8242 and make your home buying dreams come true. Ryan and Bray.
Oh, yeah, baby. Come on down. That's right. Hey, we got Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazaway, Pete Spivak, and new guy Kenny. KG in the house as well with us. Talking a little Lions. Absolutely, Lions and Broncos. First and foremost, forget about the actual game on the field. I have not seen... When was the last time the Lions played a home night Saturday game? This has got to be the first time ever at Ford Field. I cannot think of a Saturday night in Detroit.
You might be right.
Ever.
You might be right.
I defer to Tom
I know.
Mazaway. You're the historian here.
I'm going back. There might have been one. In the 20-plus years that we've been there.
I mean, it feels like what more perfect Saturday.
Yeah.
Maybe you go downtown, you do some shopping, you have some lunch,
go visit the tree, Santa.
Yeah, go skate down to Campus Martius, hang out a little bit, put your all the stuff in your car, and then go tailgate and maybe head to Eastern Market or wherever you're going to go downtown. Walk to the game. What a beautiful, beautiful night in Detroit. First of all, that part alone is awesome.
Can I say something? And this is why I feel like every time something happens in Detroit, there's always something that has happened before that's kind of hampered how good we can be. Ryan Ermanni. Can you imagine how good this situation would have been if COVID didn't happen? I remember wanting to move downtown in 2019.
It was coming.
Maz, you know where I'm going. I want to move downtown 2019 or in Busch Park. Wanted to go down there. I was like, you know what? The city's coming back. Finally, I believe the mission that my parents told me when I was 10, that Detroit was coming back. Yep. Here comes COVID. Here comes the delay. Now you got this. Also, this particular year, oh my God, we get flexed to a Saturday, but there's a strike. They just got over the workers' strike downtown Detroit. Every time there's something downtown, there's always a little something that bogs you down. But I'm actually excited, though. I will be at the game. I will be downtown. But I just wish.
What strike?
There was the workers' strike downtown Detroit. There was a workers' strike. UAW.
Oh, yeah, but they're back.
They just got back. I'm talking about like the overall, like the.
I got you.
Yeah, like the overall, like the energy things. They're still not going out like that. The casinos are just now getting back to full capacity. Yes. They're just now. People are just now realizing that the strike is over. That's all I was kind of really saying.
No doubt about it. And it's, as Cody Engel points out in the chat, MSU Baylor at 2. That game on Fox 2. By the way,
MSU and who?
MSU and Baylor. Should
Football?
be a good game. No, basketball. So it's a good Saturday. There's stuff going on all day. Oh, I know what you mean. Jordan Schaefer says, Ryan telling people to leave gifts in their cars. Come on, guys. Come on, man.
Speaking of it,
fun.
remember when Alex Mayer went down to the Peach Bowl?
Oh, yeah.
In Atlanta, and they broke into his car.
Yep, they took his coat.
Shout out to Alex Mayer.
Yeah,
Michigan
May.
State. Al May, they broke into his car. Was like, hey, don't leave gifts in your car.
They took his Christmas gift right out of the car.
So one of the things Phil Phelps puts, do I have NFL Network to watch the Lions game in Flint? Do you need the NFL Network? I don't know, Phil, if you get Fox 2 in Flint, but the game is on Fox 2 as well.
He'll get it.
You have internet.
When games are you
can't stream them?
No, I don't think you can stream.
Well, guess what? We have a live watch party.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know how that works. I mean,
just turn on YouTube, Woodward Sports, you can watch the game.
Oh, yeah, you go just watch our watch party. There you go. I see what you're saying. But, yes, the game is on Fox 2 locally here in Detroit. If you don't have NFL Network, don't worry about it. You can watch that game locally on Fox 2. And Lions, that line has jumped up, guys. I mentioned it yesterday. It's gone from 4 to now 4.5. One place has it at 5. But a lot of talk, a lot of chatter saying, okay, this is the week the Lions put it together.
It looks like that Vegas-wise, right? Vegas believes in the Lions. They're making them a real favorite. A home favorite, you get 3 points right off the get-go. So to make them a 4.5-point favorite over a team that's won 6 out of 7, and you've lost 2 out of your last 3, and really it looks like 2 teams going in opposite directions, I think that bodes well for the Lions, that Vegas believes in them here. But also remember, the over-under is on the line tonight, on the line tomorrow. Over-under's 9.5 for the year, and they're sitting at 9.
Hey, man, that was very smooth about how you did that. You was on the line tonight, on the line tomorrow. Like, I got to get good like you, man.
You are.
But we got to give you respect. Like, you've been in this game a very long time, man, and it shows.
Thanks,
You're so smooth. But the thing with the Denver Broncos, for me, is they don't score points. They rely on their defense, and this is Ryan Ermanni, what I expect about the game. You know, we'll break it down in a little more detail later, but my thing is they don't score points. They rely on their defense. The Detroit Lions, whether you want to talk about them struggling the last 2 weeks or the last 6 weeks, etc., Maz, when it really counts, we know Jared Goff in the dome can make plays.
Oh, yeah.
We know the Detroit Lions can score points from a multitude of positions. So as I look at it, Russell Wilson, am I relying on him to beat Jared Goff with Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, the running back situation, and Ben Johnson, who's now pissed off because people have challenged the greatness that they gave him? I just think it's going to be a tall task, and I don't even care if it gets up to your favorite, which is Junior Seau, put a dot in the middle, 5.5. I'm still going to take the Lions. I think this is a really good game for the Lions, Ryan Ermanni.
Just be careful. They got to be careful, man. And the last game they played at home was Thanksgiving, and they looked horrible on Thanksgiving. Yeah, they came back and they won their next game barely over the Bears, and then last week they lose again. So back and forth, up and down. Let's see if the up and down theory continues. They have not lost 2 games in a row this year.
You know, Braylon said that the Denver Broncos don't score points, and just to put an emphasis on that point, in their last 7 games in which they have won 6 of 7, they average 19.7 points per game. So if the Lions can hold them to just that average of 19, 20 points a game, somewhere around there, 20 or less, I should say, they have got to win that game. Denver has been winning their games because they only allow 13 points per game in that stretch. Their defense has been an attacking defense. They have been getting turnovers, but their offense is not scoring the football. So this is going to be a test for the Lions offense, first and foremost, against that Broncos defense. And it's one I think they are up for the challenge. I do believe, wipe that Green Bay game out, okay? Just take it out. This is about protecting the football and getting that offense going under the dome, under the lights on Saturday night.
I agree with everything you said, with the exception of wiping that Green Bay game out, because you can't. Because they've been doing it for the last 4 weeks, so you can't wipe it out. But everything before that, Ryan Ermanni, I agree with you 100%. You look at what this Denver Broncos team is doing. They're scoring 19 points a game in these wins. The Detroit Lions can definitely score more points than the Denver Broncos, and I really, really feel this is a game to get back on track, because we've seen games this year, Maz. You're the resident aficionado as it relates to watching games in its totality. How many times have we seen the games that they lose, the Broncos? Russell Wilson, what does he do? Here's a turnover. Here's a sack that he took. Here's looking for too long.
It hasn't been lately, though.
But the losses.
Yeah.
I'm saying in those losses, he's still been the same Russell from last year when he was in those losses. So, look, Detroit Lions, you got to get after him. You got to find a way, which means now Aiden Hutchinson, tired of hearing the excuses, tired of hearing about, even Mark Schlereth came on and he talked about different looks that they're getting, whether it's a tight end, whether it's an offensive line, whether it's a running back. I understand that. I just watched the documentary, Ryan Ermanni, about the Minister of Defense. First of all, it made me cry this morning. We'll talk about that later. It made me cry this morning. But he didn't complain about running back, tight end, lineman, guard, chip. He found a way to get to the quarterback. And it's only fair because
Boy, did he.
We drafted him second overall 2 years ago because we believe he should have been the first pick because we believe he's that good. Aiden Hutchinson, I'm talking to you as a fellow Michigan brother. They're trying to step up because right now you can be the player, you can be the man to lead this Lions team into the playoffs and then have that confidence and build that. We drafted you for a reason, bro. It's time to turn up. Michigan and Michigan, love you, brother.
Five interceptions, 3 fumbles for Jared Goff over the last 4 games. It cannot happen. Start there as well. You know, I mean, if you want this thing to turn around, start there. We're talking about a guy that went almost 16 games, whatever, 14, 16 games without throwing an interception. In the last 4 games, 5 interceptions, 3 fumbles, 8 turnovers. Mass, it just can't happen.
And you heard Mark Schlereth come on and say Denver gets after it. Denver is blitzing. Denver is coming after the quarterback. They have got to protect Jared Goff, and we hope to have Frank Ragnow back. We'll get an injury report here in just a bit and know if he's going to play. He's not 100%. Nobody is 100% in Week 15 of the NFL. I'd prefer it if you didn't have to use him and still get away and get a win. But you know what? This is time. You've got to win this game because the rest of the schedule, you're going on the road 2 out of the next 3 times.
Maz, what's your confidence level? Because I feel now, after talking about it for a week, I'm almost overly confident again that they're going to win.
I got it. I'm not overly confident, but I am confident that they can get the job done. Do I think they're going to cover 4.5? No, I think if they win it by a field goal.
There you go. All right, guys, more Lions talk next. You'll hear from Amon-Ra St. Brown. We'll get there, but first, a message from Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you will experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all this for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there is a Planet Fitness close by. There are more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. Over to Tom Mazaway for his read.
Man, you know the new game in town. It is Jack Labrador. Let's go. Watching an argument about sports makes you a last-minute shopper, right? So here you go. Feeling more pressure than Jared Goff in the pocket behind an injured offensive line? Well, Jack Labrador has you covered. Look at this thing. What a stocking stuffer this would be. It's gorgeous. You got to get it. In your face, heads up. Play on the edge of your seat. It's a one deck that brings 3 games to the table. Perfect for that lazy last-minute shopper like me, like you. It's Jack Labrador, the ultimate gift that keeps the holiday fun going. Scan the QR code or go to jacklabrador.com. Get your decks today.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White and Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Don't settle. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply, hands down, Michigan's best pet store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations, over 60 brands of food at the lowest prices, and curbside delivery available if you need it. Give your pet the best. Do not settle. It's PremierPetSupply.com.
Welcome back, Woodward Sports Network. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazaway. We got Pete Spivak. We got new guy Kenny as well. New guy Kenny over here, the man. This guy's gonna be great.
Hey, just like number 21 in Celtics, KG.
Oh yeah, KG.
That's what we gotta call it. KG,
yeah.
the ticket. We in there, except for we ain't the ticket.
Right, guys. I wanted you to hear from Amon-Ra St. Brown because he's one of the guys. I think when we all saw him drop 2 passes in the fourth quarter of a critical situation, I think we all collectively here in Detroit knew that last Sunday was not going to be the Lions' day. Here's what he had to say. We'll react to it on the other side. Here's what he had to say about being ready for the challenge.
I mean, for me personally, I use it as fuel. I can't speak for everyone, but I think us as an offense, we kind of use it as fuel too. Like I said, we know the guys in the room. We got a bunch of playmakers, and for us to only put up 13 points is, for us as an offense, that's a disappointment. So, like I said, we were excited to come in this week to work. Go out to practice, do things, do what we do best, get back to the basics, and just play and have fun.
Yeah, look at Amon-Ra St. Brown. And you see a situation where he drops 2 passes in a row. The first one was right in his chest. The second one would have been a very difficult catch for him to make. He did not make that. That's a sign of a team that's pressing, Brian Ermanni. Maz, you said, you agree.
That's I saw that game, man. I was watching. He just lost his concentration because we all lost our concentration.
But you know why he lost our concentration?
Because we got beat down.
Because 100%, you're beat down over the last couple of weeks. You're losing games. You're making mistakes. It seems like it's compiling on you. Now you feel like every catch, every pass, every tackle, every defense as a DB is going to mean the difference between a win or a loss. That's not a way to play football. That's not a way to play any sports, and that's not a way to live life. So they got to find a way to say, you know what? We got to stop pressing. We got to get back to a space where we trust ourselves. Amon-Ra St. Brown is the best catcher of the football over the last 3 years in the NFL, including D-Hop, who's one of the best catchers of football of all time. So when you get guys like that in those situations, Ryan Ermanni, that basically means they're pressing. They're trying to make sure that they're leaving no stone unturned. But the easiest way to leave no stone unturned is to relax and reaffirm that you trust what you're doing.
I just got to say this about Amon-Ra and the offense, too. All the pressure is on that side of the ball.
Yeah, it is.
Because that's what this team is built around. And next week, maybe you get C.J. Gardner-Johnson. We hope so. We love him. I think he's going to bring, we all think he's going to bring not only talent to the field, but an attitude to the field that
Ryan Ermanni.
So I don't know what's going on.
Can they hear it?
Either way. Well, you're saying thumbs up, though, Pete, but everybody in the chat says nobody.
All right, well, you know
nobody
what?
can hear us.
How about we do this? We'll take a quick commercial break because we're already close to that. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll figure it out, and I'll tell you what that means to me as I relate to what you just said. There is a part of that. Ryan Ermanni, what is our read for right now?
Nothing, because they can't hear us.
All right. We'll be right back.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Hey, have you ever wanted to be at a bar where you're a regular? We have just the place for you. Head to one of Hamlin Pub's 7 locations and experience where everyone's a regular. Whether you're enjoying half-off pizza on a Thursday or game day specials available during all Michigan sports and NFL games, Hamlin Pub is the place. Visit a location today and experience your new favorite pub for all things sports. And before we get back to the show, I have a little Cintron read here. How would you like to win a $100,000 Vegas getaway? Take your friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps. It's the Cintron Energy. Drink it and live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter to win. Register at drinkcintron.com/Vegas and buy Cintron at your local Meijer store. Cintron, the healthier energy drink with great taste. Look good, feel great, and be the best version of yourself with Cintron. Drinkcintron.com/Vegas. Back to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz.
Great job, guys. Great job.
It's the most amazing thing ever.
I know. Cody Engel says, and Cody doesn't agree with us on anything at all, but we do all agree on, he says, this guy's reads are top tier, and they are top tier. We appreciate that. We appreciate everybody that stuck with us there. Our audio is back, so hopefully you can hear us. It was all good. Let me just summarize for you what we were talking about and why Braylon was clapping. But you know,
we need an encore.
Yeah, so
I agree.
Basically what I said was this offense needs to be better. And I understand that Aaron Glenn and the defense get all of the quote-unquote hate and all of the backlash from the fans. But to me, it's this offense that has been built to score 30 points a game. And if they don't score 30 points a game, well, then they probably are not going to win. Or at least they're not going to win as much or as many games as we think they can win. Whether it's Amon-Ra St. Brown or Jared Goff or the offensive line, whatever the case, David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, name everybody. Get J-Mo more involved, whatever the case. This offense has to be great. That is where most and many of their resources are. That is how this team won, 17 of the last 23 games because the offense has been so good. But I mentioned in the last segment, too, Jared Goff in the last 4 games, 5 interceptions, 3 fumbles, 8 turnovers for him personally. Can't happen. He's got to be better. They've got to score north of 30. If this offense can do that, they'll not only win this game against the Denver Broncos, but they'll probably beat Minnesota twice as well and wind up with 12 wins, 13 wins. And that is an incredible feat. But it's on the offense. And yes, the defense has to play well too. But this team has not lost. The Lions have not lost to anybody this year. I think they're
back
8. Well, actually, I think they're 8-1. Actually, I think they're 8-1 when giving up more than 28 points. So, 28 points or less.
Yep.
Yeah. So, come on.
Listen, at the end of the day, Elaine McNeil Emmanuel Mosley, CJ, and you can go down the list of defensive players that are not playing for this Lions team right now that could help them out, okay? You can go down the list, and we keep talking about them. You can go down the list, and this is why, and this is why, and you're absolutely correct. But at a certain point, you got to realize this is the NFL. The other team has to step up. The other team has to step up and make a play. I remember in 2009 when I was with the 2010, we came into that year off of the last year in the defense. Darrelle Revis should have been Defensive Player of the Year in 2009, and I stand on that.
Who beat him out?
Charles Woodson.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
Who's my favorite player of
Woodson.
all time?
Woodson.
And I still say Darrelle Revis should have been Defensive Player of the Year. 100, just that year.
Yeah.
But it's not about that. They were amazing defensively. So going into that next year, when we pick up, it's like, the defense is good. We had to pick the defense up that whole year. That offense for the 2010 New York Jets, we played very well to pick the defense up, including injuries. At some point, you got to step up. The best side of the ball for the Detroit Lions is the offense, regardless if Frank Ragnow plays or not, regardless if Jonah Jackson's in the lineup or not. The best side is the offense. You got to find a way to step up. That defense needs you. There's a reason why it's called a team. You all work together in unison. 3 phases of the football: offense, special teams, and defense. Special teams sucks, defense sucks. Right now for the Detroit Lions, special teams sucks, defense sucks. The offense has to pick it up, because you guys are the catalyst right now for a team right in the mind that's 9-4.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you this, and I've been talking about the kicking game for a long time.
You nailed that, by the way, man.
I'm saying you might need your field goal kicker this week.
Dallas Cowboys might win the Super Bowl because they have a
Brandon
great kicker.
Aubrey. He hasn't missed. He's 30 for 30. He should have his own 30
Minister
for 30
defense,
when
by the way.
Yep. And he played for the USFL prior to that. He's got a tired leg. Still doing well. Our guy, we don't even give him a chance. He makes his extra points. He's missed 2, but he's basically an extra point kicker. From 40 in, they might use him. Anything past 40, they're going for it on 4th down. That's got to end next year. But tomorrow,
have money on their roster for Matt Broder?
They got room, but they don't have any money. Plus, you got to trade for him now anyway. They got to depend on their kicker. That guy has got to show up tomorrow, because you're going to need field goal to beat the Broncos tomorrow. I'm telling you right now. That's how good this defense is.
Well, maybe even forget about tomorrow. Just this time of the year, right? Crunch time is when everything matters.
But tomorrow mainly.
Every decision you make is heightened at this point. Yes, when you're 5-8, can you go for it on 4th down, or go 0-0 in the season opener? You're going to go for a fake punt at your own 17-yard line. Yeah, you got plenty of time to make that up.
I agree.
Now at this point in the year, those decisions are so critical, and where you might be able to hit 50% of them, or 3 out of 4, you got to be 100%.
Yep.
Almost on every decision you make. When to go for it, when to fake punt, when to kick a field goal. If you do kick a field goal, you got to make the field goal. Everything is heightened at this point of the season, especially when you're not only fighting for a division championship, but dare I say, by the way, you are still fighting for the number 1 overall seed. I know they're not playing like
only
it.
2 back.
They're 1 back.
1 back, but you got a couple teams to pass.
Okay,
so that's why I say it that way.
But there's still just 1 game out of the.
It's amazing.
Out of the home field advantage throughout the playoffs, and I know, like I said, they're not playing like a number 1 seed, but at the same time, if you look at the standings, they're 1 game back.
They're 1 game out of the best record.
Come
on. 1 game out of the best record, but we don't feel it, and we're used to just playing out the string here and getting ready for the freaking draft, saying, "Hey, why are we winning games? We want to move up in the draft." Now we're 9-4. I mean, come on, we don't have much to complain about.
Yo, do we want to be cute and pat these guys on the back, or do we want to do a show and be honest?
That's what we're being honest. What did I lie about?
No. Well, I didn't say you lied, but what I'm saying, being fully honest, it's like, well, we're 9-4. So what? What have we looked like in the last 5 weeks? Yes, we're 9-4, 100%. The Lions have had literally the best season that they've had since '91, and the second best season since 1962. I agree with you. But if we're going to sit up here and do a show, we got to be honest. They haven't looked like a team that's 9-4.
I think we've all said that.
They haven't. I know, but
we just said that.
But you're also saying like, yeah, but we're 9-4. Like, what are we complaining about? We're complaining about a team that looks like they're about to go from winning 13 games, in which we all said, to a team that we're like maybe might be a wild card.
I think you misinterpreted a little bit, because what we're saying is, even though they've played terrible, they are 9-4.
Yeah, they're winning the games they usually lose.
And they do have 4 games left where they could turn it around, because I do believe they have the ability to turn it around if they just keep stop shooting themselves in the foot. It's a very simple thing to do, Braylon. How many fumbles have you ever had in your life?
6.
Yes,
Lost 2.
in a 9-year career. In a 9-year career. So it's not like they can't hang on to the football. It's an easy fix. That's what I'm saying. Yes, they have not played well, but they are 9-4.
They are.
That is a fact. And if they just protect the football, they could be 13-4. Probably going to lose to the Cowboys. So
you don't even really know that.
We don't know.
If they win the next 2 games and look great,
be honest with you,
get it going.
To be honest with you, when we do our picks, I'm picking the Buffalo Bills this week. I'm not going to. So it's not like the Dallas.
That's a great bet.
It's not like the Dallas Cowboys are some invincible team. Now they play better at home than they do on the road.
15 straight.
But they aren't some like unbeatable team here. So yes, I understand that they have not played well, but they can fix this. They just got to do it now.
I believe that. I believe they can fix it, but at the same time, until they show me they can, I'm not going to believe in it. I told you where I was going back to 2 days ago. I was going back to the guy that said,
"Yeah, but just because you're
no. I'm just talking about.
Right.
I'm just talking about me.
Right.
I got to see it. And you're talking about the Dallas Cowboys. I've never seen the Dallas Cowboys play like this.
Mm-hmm.
Even the game they lost to the Philadelphia
Eagles
in Philly. They
theirs.
weren't at home when they were in Philly. Mm-hmm. They played amazing, but they lost to a team at the time was better. And that's fine, because that team at the time was the number 1 team in the NFL. So when you're talking about even the Dallas worry about winning the Broncos game before we talk about the Cowboys, because the Cowboys are a much better machine than we are currently.
You know what, guys? The Lions can clinch a playoff spot this week.
Ooh,
that's how good it is.
Bring us back, man.
That's how good it is. That's all I'm going to say.
Right.
The Lions can clinch a playoff spot.
Go ahead,
There's
man.
a million different things you could do. We could put it up on the screen.
16 different ways.
There's 16 different ways. Go ahead. You take it.
But they're not going to clinch this week.
You don't think so?
No, because Seattle's winning that Monday night game.
Okay.
That's why.
I did pick them with the spread, though.
And, the Rams are going to win.
We don't know that.
Yeah,
they probably will.
There's 16 different ways for them to clinch a playoffs. By the way, if they clinch a playoff spot and don't host a game, I think that's a failed season.
They're going to host. They're going to win the division.
First of all,
that automatically hosts.
Answer the question first, Ryan. I agree.
Yeah.
Like if they host, if they make the playoffs and don't host a game after we watch them legitimately almost have the number 1 seed, that's a failed season, sir.
This is, by the way, the 16 different ways.
Yeah, we put it up.
I know, but like that's you saw it, but like it's incredible. And again,
that's the NFL. Look how the Niners clinched by Green Bay losing on Monday night. The Niners clinched.
Right. I absolutely do believe that it is a failed season if they make the playoffs, even if they win a playoff game as a wild card. I think they absolutely have to host a game. These fans deserve a home playoff game. This city, these businesses around Ford Field deserve a home playoff game. And that is why I have so much hope in this team. And I just go back, I understand they're not playing well, but this is a team that can turn it around because we've seen them play good football. We've seen them excel in so many different spots. They have won 17 in the last 23 games. You don't do that if you're a bad team. You don't do that if you're not a winning football team. So I do believe they win the division, and it starts tomorrow night.
Can I ask you a question? When's the last time Lions won a playoff game?
Well, obviously 1991.
No. I want you to answer the question.
91.
91.
So if the Lions you make a wild card and win a playoff game, that's a failed season for a team that hasn't won a playoff game in 32 years.
It would be a less than experience,
and that's called the fan experience. Me speaking as a former player, just a player.
That's a win.
We gave you a playoff win when you haven't had one in 32 years, and that's a failed season. See, that'd
be a disappointing season,
and that's the unreal expectations. That's unreal. A playoff win. A playoff win, and that's a failed season.
I would be. Look,
obviously. We'll turn your tickets in. I'll take your tickets.
Look. You talk 10 hours a week.
Yes, and it's nauseating. But at the end of the day, if they win a playoff game, I'm talking about the Lions, the back and forth of the Lions. I love working with you. What are you talking about? I'm talking about dude, if they win a playoff game,
obviously
that's disappointing.
Braylon, obviously it's not a failed season.
Then why say it?
Because it would feel like a less than experience.
BS.
That's to you.
Okay,
that's to you.
We want to host the first.
Right.
He wants to host the first
to
game.
To you, it might be less than.
Can I ask?
Jesus Christ!
All I said
to
was,
you, it would be less.
Can I ask Matt?
I'm saying for me, it would be a less than experience.
Maz,
and if they won the game at home,
is it less than if they win a playoff?
Of course
Pete
not.
Spivak, is it less than if they win a playoff game? No. KG?
No.
Oh, defense rests.
On this one,
it's fine. I think these businesses, these fans, the people of Detroit need a home playoff game. I think if they drop the ball and don't win this division with being 2 games up with 4 games to play, that is an epic Detroit Lions collapse.
Yeah,
but they could turn it around by winning a game.
No buts. I think it's an epic collapse, unlike anything we have ever seen this franchise if they don't make
What if they won 2 playoff games?
Well, then you're talking,
as a wild card.
No, obviously they make it to an NFC championship game.
You okay with that?
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Okay. What did I tell you about the 81 Raiders? The first wild card team to win it all.
But again, like we judge when are Lions going to be like real fans?
When they win a playoff game.
Oh God, you guys are just
win. Win a regular season don't mean anything.
But this is
win me a playoff game.
Hey, Ryan and Mike, let me say this: the old Detroit Lions will.
You guys take over today, man. No. I'm almost done.
Ryan, I'm asking you.
Don't be done.
The old Detroit Lions.
I can't take it.
At the end of the day, what do we call the Detroit Lions before
he needs
the
a
season?
junior minute.
The SOL, correct?
No.
Hold on. Just hear me out. It's same old Lions, right? The same old Lions will legitimately lose a 3-game lead in the division, become a wild card, and lose in the playoffs. That's the old Detroit Lions. If they somehow barely win the North and still, or be a wild card and win a playoff game, that's not the same Lions because they didn't let it all go for naught.
If they do fail and be a wild card team, who would they wind up playing? They would be probably the top
at
wild
Dallas,
card.
at Philadelphia.
No, not all right. At one of the NFC East
5 or
guys.
6, yeah.
Okay.
Dallas.
No, they would be at one of the NFC guys because Dallas or Philly, whoever did not would get the 5 spot.
Right.
It'd be at Philly because Philly's going to win.
So
we might get Tampa or the South winner.
No. He's right.
Tampa would get Dallas or Philly.
Okay.
Whoever doesn't win that.
Right.
So you would get at Green Bay, maybe. They would be the 3. Or at Minnesota. Probably. Either way, you guys, it's so fucking stupid. Oh, sorry.
I don't think we have to worry about it.
Jesus. It's so dumb. Stop. Take the camera off me, Pete, please. Please.
Hi.
So fucking stupid. God damn it.
What's so stupid, Ryan?
God. Nothing, Braylon. Nothing.
Okay, we'll be back right after this. Pete, what do we got coming up here?
We got Feldman.
God.
Feldman! That's you, Bray. Talk to us about Feldman Chevrolet.
My God, I got
Detroit's number one Chevy
Feldman
dealer.
Chevrolet, Detroit's number 1 Chevy dealer with 18 locations. There is a dealer near you, probably in your own backyard. Just go to FeldmanAuto.com. Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, first-class car buying experience. It's called the Feldman Advantage. Do yourself a favor, Ryan Ermanni, Tom Mazaway. Take advantage.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Hey everybody, let me tell you about Outdoor Equipment Company, the official outdoor equipment provider of Woodward Sports, Michigan-grown, family-owned, bad boy mowers, tractors, steel handhelds, even weed whippers, Liberty trailers, Generac generators, SnowX plows, and salters. Outdoor Equipment Company has it all. You could buy it, you could rent it, 0% financing delivered to your doorstep. OutdoorEquipCo.com, OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Hey, the chat is loving us, by the way, today. They love us.
Fine.
Hey, hold on. They're hugging you, and they're hugging Bray and me. They love us. Hey, we're allowed.
Obviously,
we're allowed to get pissed off at each other.
Right. I know. It's
okay.
I'm sorry. I get mad. It's so frustrating because when you talk for 10 hours a week, sometimes you just take every word literally, and sometimes it's frustrating. You know, I mean, that's just what it is. So, yeah, I'm sorry. It's Friday. I don't want to fight with it. I don't want to fight. I want to do a friggin' show.
It's only sports.
And it's just sports, so it's annoying. I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry I get annoyed. That's all. It's very simple. I'm not. It's just,
we're going to kumbaya now.
Jesus.
Hey, I love you.
I love you too, but I'm just saying.
I love you guys.
I love you very much.
Hey, we got the Brady Bunch shot.
Great. Bring Dr. Jeff Pearson here. We got to get Dr. Jeff Pearson here. Come on in. Maz, come up here. Actually, I'm going to switch you out with Dr. Pierce. Do we have?
Well, we have 4 minutes until we get Broder.
Right.
Want me to wait on Broder?
Yeah, wait on Broder. Let me wait on Broder for a couple of minutes. I'm going to get Dr. Jeff Pearson here. Dr. Jeff Pierce. He is a doc of sports medicine and rehabilitation. We've known him a long time. We thought it'd be a great day for him to get involved here because Chauncey Gardner-Johnson was just medically cleared to play after having a torn pec in September. Dr. Pierce, how are you, sir? Do you like a little feistiness on a Friday?
What is going on here? Boy, I was coming in.
Brothers hug.
Should we all hug it out first?
Yeah, I mean, we already did. Here you go. We already did. Here you go. Look at this.
I love it. I love it.
Oh,
this is. You know, I love living backstage. This is definitely some backstage stuff.
Yeah, it's great.
This always brings you
right.
good joy.
Yeah, right.
Always brings you good joy.
Right, exactly.
How do I get in the middle of this hug?
Come on up, Dr. Pierce.
You want to hug?
Oh man, on a Friday, it's so great. I love it.
We just lost full control.
No, we've lost full control on a Friday in December. That's what's going on. We are back.
This is your job. Get us back together.
So here we go. Dr. Pierce, I do want to ask you, because yesterday it was revealed that CJ Gardner-Johnson tearing a pectoral muscle in September, medically cleared to play. He's not going to play Saturday night, but probably maybe will on next week, and he'll start practicing. What is that injury like? How did it seem to heal so quickly? That's an injury that keeps guys out an entire season.
Well, a lot of times, I mean, people say the pectoralis muscle it's your chest muscle.
Pectoralis.
There's not just one muscle. There's 3 muscles in there. So he could have had, he had surgical repair. So if it was pinned to the bone, I mean, he's younger, he's healthier. So you're looking at recovery. You still don't know how he's going to do defensively. Like when you're pushing and you're tugging on that muscle. I mean, you guys all know how to flex your muscles, especially.
Oh yeah, especially me.
Yeah, I
Check
mean,
this
let's
out.
show the pecs right now, but basically it does. It's your most powerful muscle out of your chest. For him, I think everybody's trying to be very positive, but until he gets into restrictive motions, like they said, you're looking at a speed, right? He can be fine just kind of working out and lifting, but once you start getting in a situation of tackling people and chasing people down, he's got to have functional football strength. So what does that mean? That means, like right now, like I said, he can probably do his chest press and his push-ups and all that. I feel good, but you got to see what the integrity is. You got to look at swelling around it. I'm sure the doctors and the trainers, they're great with the Lions. I'm sure they're taking in all precautions. Am I 100% ready to say he's ready to play next week? He's got to go through rigorous football to get back. I mean, Braylon, getting back after an injury, you feel good, and then you have to feel football ready and be able to go after a guy with the confidence that you're healed.
Yeah, shout out to Henry Ford Health because that's where I was born, 1983, Henry Ford, West Grand Boulevard. But just getting back to exactly what you're talking about, let me ask you this question from a now standpoint with medical science, innovation, and things like that. You see CJ, he comes back fast. You see Aaron Rodgers, he's cleared for medical takeoff. And I don't want to take it away from the Detroit Lions. That's what we're talking about. But where is medicine and science now in this current state? Because it seems like, look, Doc, you know me. I played with a lot of guys that tore their Achilles. I didn't see anything like what I'm seeing now. I didn't see pectorals come back this fast. I didn't see insert thing that is happening faster now. Where's medicine and science at currently today?
Currently today, I mean, that's a huge question.
Is it faster?
It's way faster. I mean, you look at, like, going back to Aaron, the recovery.
Is that real?
Is it real?
That's the question I wanted. Is it real?
The real is less invasive, right? So when we say less invasive, it's some big term that means, oh, I have less of a scar. That's not true. You're taking less damage to the area, less tissue damage. When you do less tissue damage and you understand the tissues, it's not like you cut yourself and that's it. There's layers. There's layers in between. The less you disrupt those layers, the better you heal, the more recovery. We know recovery is a lot better also, meaning the rehab is better. When you're less invasive, you need less things to recover. When you had ACL
hamstring,
done,
I use my hamstring.
The hamstring portion, you're talking about more things involved. We worry about the hamstring. We worry about a tear later. For right now, to talk about the pec muscle, you're talking about when you're less invasive, you're less disruptive, more recovery, more natural recovery. There's other things we do now. I mean, I don't know exactly what he did, but we do things like platelet-rich plasma, stem cell. There's a lot of other what we call biologics that we're using to help recovery. And we're smarter with recovery. You're healthier with the body. Nutritionally, it makes a difference. Everybody's so in tune. People are like, well, what you tell me. It's more about us educating you and what you need to do and know your limitations himself. This guy wants to play. He's in a 1-year contract. It's important for him to get back on the field for lots of reasons.
And important for the Lions to get him back on the field.
And it's important for the Lions to get him back, but nobody's going to jeopardize the second injury. When you have a second injury setback, that's huge.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's what I was going to ask next. Obviously, it is going to be a free agent year for him. He is on a 1-year contract. I would assume that if there was a significant chance to re-injure the pec muscle, he would just say, you know what, business decision, not going to do it. And would the team or would he make that decision, Doc, to come back and play?
What I would say is this, as an individual that played in the NFL and they got hurt, it just depends on where you're at, Ryan Ermanni, with your contract, with your life, with your career. I remember me when I got injured with the 49ers, I was in a situation where I was no longer, I started, but I was no longer like that guy. I was no more like number one. I was like, starting, but I'm starting for my life. I'm trying to figure it out. So I believe I came back in my estimation early because I had to get on the field. Like I had to get on the field and let them know, Doc, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I think with CJ I think he's an individual that he was at the top of his class last year in terms of the position, in terms of where they picked him up in free agency. So I think he will fit into the category you're talking about, being able to take his time coming back. Coming back is always about where you at with your career, where you at with that team. He's in a space where he's got, I don't want to say it like this, but he's got the Lions by the short and curlies because they just paid him to come here. So I think it's up to him, to your point.
Yeah, but he's also worried about his future. He's got to prove to everybody I'm worth something. So from that standpoint, he's got to get back on the field and show that he's worth something, because then he's dealing with off-season stuff, recovery. But at the end of the day, no physician, nobody's going to jeopardize. We all know. We all treat patients a little bit differently when we're at the beginning of the season, mid-season, and going into playoffs. And that's what the Lions are looking for. We need to be tough for playoffs. Can we bandage him up, get him ready to play? But he also has to be, like we've said before, an 80% CJ is better than 100% next guy down. So that's kind of where we play that card.
I can't let you out of here without asking you about Hendon Hooker, who last November tore his ACL. It seems like guys who tear their ACL now come back so quickly, and I know it's been a year since the actual injury, but it almost feels like an ACL now is like a Tommy John surgery in baseball, where there's a saying where a pitcher's career doesn't start until after he's had Tommy John surgery. It feels like nowadays wide receivers, quarterbacks, athletes, until they have their ACL surgery, they haven't really arrived yet. But you understand the question. These injuries are like, it's almost, I don't want to say nothing, but the ability to come back and perform at 100% is almost absolutely.
It's almost like you don't bat an eye.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And we, not to toot because I am biased, you're not giving the medical guys that are doing the surgery, doing the rehab, they really should be getting a lot of the credit.
Sure.
Because the science behind it, Braylon's surgery is way different than what we're doing now. The recovery time, there's a physiological recovery, right? You can't push it. It's just like pregnancy. No matter how much you push it, it's 9 months. There's still an actual recovery of the anterior cruciate ligament. So you have to have a physiological strengthening. Sometimes, and we had it unfortunately with my son's lacrosse team. One of the kids came back too early, went too hard, and he re-injured. So there's more parameters, more matrix to be able to say, this guy's at this strength. We're able to push him this hard. There's more of a science behind it where you're quantifying it, which is really making the difference. Before we're like, how do you feel? Like Braylon, it was like, how do you feel? And then we look at swelling, you look at post-op stuff.
I can't play.
You can't play. Where are you at mentally? And a lot of guys are mental. I think with the ACL, they felt like their career is almost done, where you're pointing out now, okay, I had it. I'm going to recover. I'm going to take my 6 months. I'm coming back stronger. The other point is that they're stronger when you're coming back, because now when you talk about gifted athletes, they think they're gifted no matter what. There's no injury going on. I'm not going to get injured. Nothing's happening. And they don't really take care of their body. They're a little bit lazy, a little lackadaisical.
Wait a minute now. Who are you talking about?
Huh?
Who are you talking about?
Once you have that injury, we've had this discussion.
I know, I'm messing with you.
Once we've had an injury, you now don't take things for granted. Yeah. You're working. You realize how you're making a living. You realize what you owe to the team, what you owe to the fans, all that. So I think they get a little bit more serious, like reality sets in when an injury. It's not just ACLs. ACL is a big one. But I think any injuries, it just kind of gives them a brick in the head.
Yeah, Doc, I actually agree with you, because I didn't necessarily focus on my legs when I was in college. I ran track. I ran from legs. Got in the NFL. I was eating Taco Bell. I was eating gummy worms. Haribo was my. So you're
Skittles for you, huh?
I love Wild Berry. I'm a Wild Berry Skittles guy. But you're absolutely right. Necessarily, a lot of guys don't take it, but they find it later on in their career and they get good at it. Here's a question for you as it relates to the connection between the team and the doctor. How many times has a coach or president or owner or come to you and say, yeah, but he can play. Yeah, but he can play. What's the relationship with you guys in terms of, hey, this is what's going on with him, not what it's supposed to be. This is what's going on with him.
I can't talk about it.
You know what? You answered my question. That's exactly what I want.
You can't.
Ryan and Ermanni, there's certain things where it's like, because that happened to me, and I won't say any names, but it's like where the injury should be in terms of surgery and moving forward versus where an actual person is in those situations. And that's where you need a team. That's when you need a coach you trust. That's when you need a medical team you trust. Because if you don't, and if it gets hairy, that's when you get guys that get injured for life or guys that no longer want to be a part of a franchise. That's not here in Detroit. We're saying this is just conversation.
Those things have happened, and sometimes we're not always it's not always the team doctor taking care of the individual. It's a business. It's a business, and these guys are very valuable. And like you're saying, there's presidents involved, there's agents involved, there's lawyers involved. But at the end of the day, the doctor's always taking the position what's best for them. And we're more about educating. We're going to educate you, and you have to make your decision.
Sports medicine and rehabilitation, Dr. Jeff Pierce, we appreciate you, my friend. We'll get you back in here. Hopefully we can talk more about these recoveries and not so much about injuries, the recovery process. Fascinating stuff. Hopefully we provided a good show for you today, too.
All right. I love the energy coming in today. I love the energy coming in.
We'll head out to Allen Park next, talk to Matt Broder. We'll do that next. Where am I here, Pete? Swiss, but first a message from Swiss.
You have football on the brain? It's already been an awesome fall with college and pro football this year. Fall is also the perfect time to shop your home and auto insurance. Shop it like a pro with Swiss Insurance. They cover Woodward Sports Network, and they should be covering you too. Ask for Mark at Swiss Insurance today at SwissINS.com or call them at 248-800-4177.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Hey, gang, are you tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports merch? It's a new era in sports wearables. New designs, amazing apparel, the ultimate swag. Check out Woodward Sports' latest gear at woodwardsports.com. Click on the shop tab. I did this a couple of weeks ago. I already got my stuff. I would never guarantee anything before Christmas, but it was really quick, actually, this time around. So if you've never ordered something before, check it out. woodwardsports.com. Click on the shop tab. Hoodies, tees, hats, all guaranteed to turn heads. Latest designs today at woodwardsports.com. Now a message from Bullseye.
After you pick up that merch, come on down to Lions VIP Tailgate. Get your tickets today, bullseyeeventgroup.com. Easter Market, Shed 5. It is a party. It's always fun. This Saturday, the Detroit Lions play the Broncos, 8:15. Party starts at 5:30. Come on down. Woodward Sports will be there. It's the tailgate. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the tailgate for a team that is 9-4 for the first time since, you guessed it, 1991. So bring yourselves down there. Have a very good time. Bullseye Event Group FOXSportsandFS1.com.
All right, we got our pick segment coming up. Very important if you want to make some money this weekend. We got Fill in the Blank Friday as well. We may do that now or not, but we are having some technical difficulties with Matt Broder, but we are going to give it a shot and head down to Allen Park headquarters for the Lions. Matt Broder, are you there? Do you hear us?
We hear ourselves.
He cannot hear us.
Push a button in there, Kenny, because we're hearing ourselves.
Oh, yeah. Planet Fitness.
Hold on there, bro.
All right, we can see you, big guy.
All right. So
any buttons in there to push, Pete?
No, that's all right.
You got any buttons you could unpush?
Yep. We're
all right.
That's all right. All right. So let's text Matt Broder, tell him thank you. No, we can't do that either. So we'll do Fill in the Blank Friday. How about that?
Let's do
Fill in the Blank Friday.
Sorry, Matt. We love you, man.
Tell Matt we love him.
He's the best.
Send him a text.
You gotta get rid of that mustache, but he's the best.
Send him a text. We appreciate
Very
it.
light.
Hopefully, he didn't
1942.
break out his workout, man. All that good stuff. So, very good. All right. So, hey, KG, Kenny, new guy, Kenny, give me a little beat for the old Fill in the Blank Friday. Okay, guys, you ready?
Let's go.
All right, Braylon. You need to see the Lions blank to have your concerns answered. You need to see the Lions blank to have your concerns answered.
Rush the passer.
Okay.
I say rush the passer. Like, I'm very serious about the rush the passer. Look, we know on offense, we've seen them when they figured it out on offense. The offensive line has been very good, and they can run the football. They have weapons, whether it be Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta. They have weapons on the offensive side. Defense, I gotta see you rush the passer, whether it's number 97, whether it's whoever's on the right end, whether it's whoever's filling in the middle, whether it's Okora. I need to see them rush the passer for me to believe in this team to have a chance to really get to the NFC Championship. Want to see you rush the passer.
Tom Mazaway, you need to see the Lions blank to have your concerns answered.
Beat Denver's ass and beat them good.
That's a good one, man.
I want to see him punch him in the mouth. I want to see him punch a team in the mouth. Score early, score often like the Raiders did last night against the Chargers. That's what I want to see. You remember what they asked Antonio Pierce last night when he was up 42-0? Hey, what are you going to do in the second half? What'd you tell your team? I said, keep your foot on the pedal. And they went out and scored another 21 freaking points. Probably could have put up another 21 after that. I want to see the Lions dominate a game. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Maz, you're 100% correct. It's just like Woody Hayes said. What did he say? He said, why'd you go for 2? Because I couldn't go for 3.
Yep.
Maz, you're 100% right.
Yep.
Ryan and Ermanni, if they dominate this game, it is going to not only give them confidence, it's not going to only give them the confidence to walk into the week and be like, you know what, yeah, we are 10-4. We are that team. It's also going to shut the fans up. It's going to shut the media up, which will make it a very quiet week for them as they go into the Minnesota game.
I was going to say, I need to see the Lions have 0 turnovers. To have my concerns answered. Because if they do that, I think they win. That turnover battle is the most important, first, second, and third most important stat for me. Because it is, at any level, Pee-wee, CYO, high school, college, pro, it is the #1 predictor of who wins the game. When you look at the stats, team stats, turnover battle, that'll lead you to who won the game.
Hey, let me go back on that, right? Because didn't they have 0 turnovers against the Saints?
Yeah, they won.
They won, but were you alleviated? Were your nerves alleviated?
Yeah, I mean they won the game on the road.
Okay.
Yeah, they won the game on the road.
Then they came back and laid an egg.
Yeah, but they had 4 turnovers in that game. You just asked me about the Saints game.
I did.
Right.
I did.
Just making sure.
I know, but I just didn't think that would have. The way they won that game even though they didn't turn the ball over, did not alleviate my nerves.
To me, honestly, you guys talk about dominating and everything like that now. Now you see this league. I just want to win. Like, just even if it's 3-2, just win at this point.
All right.
In the season.
Well, I want to win too.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you guys were destined to be best friends or good friends. You were destined to be together.
We're brothers.
But you were. Yeah, I agree. You were born brothers.
It's 3-2. Just give me a win. Just give me a freaking win so I can get a home playoff game. Okay.
Did I tell you what I watched last week on YouTube? The entire game.
What?
The 71 playoff game against Dallas when it was 5-0. It was 3-0 in the fourth quarter. Greg Landry ran out of the end zone, knocked him out of the end zone, made it 5-0. Do you remember that game? I watched that whole damn game. They were in that game to the very end, by the way. They didn't win, though.
12 years later, check in with me.
Second question. Ready? Jared Goff has thrown 5 interceptions and lost 3 fumbles over the last 4 games. He will have blank turnovers versus the Broncos. Bray?
KG, you got my answer. What you got?
Yeah, 0. He's going to correct it this week. He's going to find a way to hang on to the ball. They're going to run the ball a lot, considering that Denver's front 4 is very weak. So, yeah, expect him to not have any turnovers.
That's actually what I was going to say.
Maz?
Baby Hands will have 2.
Oh.
He'll have a fumble and an interception against that tough defense. I'm just being honest, man. I mean, come on.
You are.
We heard Mark Schlereth. I mean, these guys get after the quarterback a lot.
You know the energy that you put into the universe ultimately usually plans out.
You think? Because I did say I wanted to beat their ass, too.
This is true.
Okay.
Well, they're 9-4, so, I mean.
2 turnovers.
What do you think, Ryan?
I think 0. I think 0.
Okay.
I think the Lions are going to play the game of their life.
I play horse racing, right? I look at the program. I'm in the program. I'm looking at the horse. I'm looking at Jared Goff. Can you give me his numbers again the last few weeks?
5 interceptions, 3 fumbles in the last 4 games.
That's like betting Secretariat. I'm betting right back on a couple of turnovers. How do you not?
Right.
That's all.
Yeah.
Unless he's got sticky stuff on his hands this week.
That's true. Right. Well, Ryan went against Aiden Hutchinson on the sacks. Aiden Hutchinson had a sack. So I'm hoping Ryan's incorrect.
Okay.
And he turns up. I'm going to use reverse psychology on this one. Does that make sense?
That's right. That's right.
But it's looking like it could be that way. But I think I agree with KG. 0.
Guys, J-Mo, 0 catches, 1 target last week. Braylon, J-Mo will have blank touches versus Denver.
I'm thinking 5. I'm thinking there will be a reverse. You know they're going to try to give him some type of reverse, double reverse, triple reverse. Everybody gets a reverse. But then I also think he'll catch 4 passes. So 5. I think it is not only a point that they want to make. I think it's a guy that changes the trajectory of what the Lions can do on offense if you get him involved. So 5. I know that's literally a bet.
High.
That's a bet you don't want to make on FanDuel or insert betting site.
You should make it now for the hell of it.
I already did.
You should back yourself.
I already did. By the way, that's
what
why
are the odds? 1,000 to 1.
That's why this is a great question.
Yeah.
I believe that he's going to have 5 touches. I believe not only because they want to get him involved, Maz, they need to get him involved.
I know.
So I'm going 5.
I'm going to go with 5 touches. Yeah, 5 touches. Yeah. I agree with you. I think maybe 3 catches and 2 handoffs.
Maybe a reverse pass.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about him throwing.
But we don't know what he can do yet.
That's right.
I was quarterback back in the day.
Yeah, I would give him maybe one of those, but I guess one of those, when you're in motion, you do the touch pass.
Oh, yeah.
That's considered a reception.
Yeah, it is.
That's considered a reception.
That's
so
nice.
We'll see. I go 5 touches. Okay, guys.
I got 2. You didn't
got
ask
2?
me.
Oh, I didn't.
You didn't.
Oh, I apologize.
That's okay.
Maz.
I'll go back to back with 2 again. Because they don't trust him.
Yeah. Okay, Cortland Sutton has had 14 career touchdowns coming into this season.
I had that one year.
He has 10 alone this year. Mm-hmm. Will he or won't he score versus Detroit, Braylon?
Yes, he will, because this is the option that they use. This is the option that they believe in. Cortland Sutton is 6'4". He's a guy that runs 4.4. They finally found a way to use him. They use him more than Jerry Jeudy. Yes, he will have a touchdown.
Agreed. Touchdown for Jeudy. I don't. Excuse me. Touchdown for Cortland Sutton. Touchdown.
Sutton.
Probably 100 yards too.
Okay, see, I was just about to say Maz is going to agree with me, but he does not. I don't think he'll have a lot of yards. I think it'll be like one of those 28 yards.
All right.
And a touchdown. No, he will score, but it won't be a lot of yards.
Yeah. I don't think he scores. Will not score. That's what I got.
Of course.
Will not score.
Of course.
Will not score.
I'm making all these
Cam Sutton better. Cam Sutton better than Cortland Sutton. How about that? No relation. Guys, the Lions defense
this year
will produce blank sacks versus the Broncos. Braylon, come to you first. The Lions defense will produce blank sacks versus the Broncos.
Russell has struggled in Detroit. I was literally on the team with Russell when we lost here. I think the Lions are going to put them in a space where it's going to be one of those games. Like, he's going to have to make decisions. He's going to have to make some plays. And I don't think Russell's going to be equipped to make those plays. So give me 4.
Ooh.
I think the Lions,
wow.
We talked about Aaron Glenn all week. We talk about what they want to do in terms of stepping up and making them plays. I think the emphasis is on getting to the quarterback because they're not this sharp of an offense. It's more their defense. Give me 4 sacks for the Detroit Lions.
Maz?
I'll go with 2. I'll go with 2. Russell's going to be in and out of that pocket. It's going to be tough to get him. He gets rid of the ball really quick. It's not like we blitz a lot. It's not like we get to the quarterback at all. I hope they make him a little uncomfortable.
7th
say
most sacked quarterback this season.
He is?
7.
That's big.
Well, that's good news then.
That's great.
I'll go with 2.
Okay. I like it.
Man, I know what I want to say. I
3.
want to say 3.
I knew it.
But I don't know, man. It's almost like what you were saying. I got to see it.
Yeah, that's real. That's a real thing.
I got to see it. So I'm going to officially say 0.
Okay.
0. That's what I'm going to say. All right, guys, last one.
That means they're going to get 1 because you said 0 last week.
Right,
They got 1.
Right. Guys, last one. And I don't think this is the greatest week for games. Actually, you've got, let's see what you've got, just to prepare you for this question. You've got,
oh my God.
Man,
I got all playoff games on my list here.
Yeah,
you've got Bills, Cowboys,
That's a playoff game.
Ravens, Jags,
Playoffs.
and Eagles, Seahawks.
Playoffs.
So, but the 3 back ends. There's nothing before that.
Vikings, Bengals, playoffs.
Okay, good. Okay, well then, the NFL game you're most looking forward to this weekend is
Obviously, Cowboys and Bills. Obviously. That's the game. It's going to be on Fox. I'm going to be excited. Sunday, I'm going to be off. Lions play, of course, on Saturday. So Sunday, I'm going to chill out, watch my guys, Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olson and company, and enjoy the hell out of that game. My second game, I'll give you after Braylon gives you his first.
There's only one game to talk about, and that's the Jacksonville Jaguars and Baltimore Ravens. That is the game. It's a chance to see, are the Jacksonville Jaguars descending into a team that we're like, as Ryan Ermanni said before the season started, I don't necessarily believe in Trevor Lawrence, and I don't believe in that team. Or are they a team that is going to make it happen? Or is it, you know what, Lamar Jackson got paid, he is for real, he has offensive weapons, and the defense is number 2 in the NFL right now. I think it's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Baltimore Ravens.
all right. I'll go off the board here just because it's, and again, I agree with both of you guys. But for the sake of it, I'm going to say Vikings Bengals.
Yeah.
1 o'clock because
That's tomorrow.
The only thing, 1 o'clock Saturday, NFL Network. The only team that matters right now until they don't,
Vikings.
aside from the Lions, is the Vikings. Like everybody else, forget about you. The Vikings are enemy number 1 when it comes to this division. Guys, we got to get a break. When we come back, we will go through our pick segment. It is the picks. Maz leads that segment.
About 300 games.
Oh, man. He'll give it to us next. But first, a message from Guardian Alarm. They're your local security experts and have been for over 90 years. When you see this black and yellow sign out in front of your house, it tells the bad guys one thing.
Stay out.
Whether you are at home or on the road, they're 24/7 professional monitoring, customized solutions from real experts, and technology backed by people means you are backed by the best. Call this number right here, 1-800.
Stay out.
That number again, 1-800.
Stay out.
Call them today. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
Stay out.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. Whether you landscape for your job or landscape for fun, get all your equipment from Outdoor Equipment Co., the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan-grown, family-owned, OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
All right, guys, I want to tell you about Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. And I want to focus on the Chevrolet side of things, if I could, for a minute, because in Dearborn on Michigan Avenue for the next 2 weeks, Les Stanford has a deal going on right now. They have over 200 Chevy Trailblazers in stock on their lot right now. 200 Chevy Trailblazers on their lot right now. Guys, $2,000 down, $200. $2,000 down, $200 over the next 2 weeks for a Chevy Trailblazer. That's at Les Stanford Chevrolet.
That new Trailblazer is very nice.
Absolutely.
Tom T has one.
Think about that, guys. 2 weeks through the end of the year. 2 weeks, $2,000, $200 a month.
You don't hear those prices
You
anymore.
do not. You do not hear those prices at all anymore. You could go there today, drive off in the lot the next 2 weeks. Just want to get that out there.
You got to use the key word, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you. Yes. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you. $2,000 down, $200 a month, $200 in stock right now in the Chevy Trailblazer. That's an incredible deal.
That's a Christmas gift.
LesStanford.com, LesStanford.com.
Find new road.
Find them. I just saw Lindsey Hunter walking.
You saw that? With the bucket hat.
Is he? I'd love to talk to Lindsey Hunter.
I love him.
You want me to go grab him?
Go grab Lindsey.
Yeah.
I go get him.
I need an honest take on the Pistons.
I go get him.
I really do.
I don't know how honest he could be.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're sitting here.
That's my guy.
Yeah, we're sitting here on the verge of 22 consecutive
we got
losses.
21 already.
22 consecutive losses.
Hit me.
I mean, Stephen A. Smith, he went off on the Pistons earlier this week. I mean, that's the only time you really hear the Pistons being talked about on any NBA circle.
If they keep losing, at least they're in the news. If they win a couple games, no one will ever talk about them again.
I mean,
and they always get the 5th or 7th pick.
Right. I mean,
that's it.
It's really incredible to see what's happening. I mean, they're in Philadelphia tonight, second leg of a back-to-back with Philadelphia.
Let me see what the number is on that game.
15, I'm looking at it right now. 15 and a half.
Jesus.
So they'll lose by 25. You know, if
Probably.
Embiid, I mean,
if they try.
Hey, can I say this about the NBA? If you've noticed this or not, the NBA, these players seem to be playing every night. I don't turn on an NBA game where I'm watching the Lakers and LeBron's not playing, or turn on the Mavericks and Doncic isn't playing, or turn on Golden State and Steph Curry not be playing.
Well, it's early.
No, but that's the point. These guys would be sitting out every other night.
Well, January, February is coming now. All-Star break's coming. You'll start seeing them sit.
I just feel like it's a little bit of a different deal.
Well, they should. They played this in-season tournament to try to perk things up. Let's face it, 82 regular season games in the NBA and NHL is way too much. Way too much.
Yeah.
Just is.
All right, so
I got something for you.
Yeah,
How about
go
Pete,
through the NFL.
No, Pete, do a triple. Put our triple header up for tomorrow. Let's look at these games for tomorrow, which is nice. The Saturday games have officially started. And when I was a kid, this was my favorite time
mine too.
of the year.
I do too.
So you got a game at 1 o'clock on the NFL Network, Minnesota and Cincinnati, which is going to be a good game. Both of these teams are desperate for a win. Then you go to the second game, Pittsburgh and the Colts. Pittsburgh, obviously, their offense is pathetic. Their defense is pretty good. Mike Tomlin's getting some pressure now. First time I've ever heard that. And the Colts with Gardner Minshew and that Matt Broder mustache of his they're really turning some heads. They are playing some good football. Then the nightcap, of course, here in Detroit is the Broncos and the Lions. That's on NFL Network and, of course, locally here on Fox 2. So you get a triple header on Saturday. And
selfishly,
I dig it.
Selfishly, I am just praying that the Colts and Steelers, because it looks like the Browns probably will get in.
Maybe.
But I don't know who else I'd rather instead of them.
I want the Colts to beat Pittsburgh, so we don't have to think about Pittsburgh.
Well, that's why I don't want the
anymore.
Colts or Pittsburgh to get in. I'd like Cincinnati and Buffalo to get in. Cincinnati and Buffalo. That's what I want my 2 wild cards to be. Now, is there any way to get a mic for Lindsey Hunter, or do I get Maz up
Kenny,
again?
in there, you got they got the stick mic in there, Kenny? Okay, got the stick mic. Now Kenny's got to find it. You can do a test, Kenny. We don't care. New guy, Kenny.
New guy?
Is it ready to roll?
We think so.
I believe in Kenny.
Look at Lindsey Hunter. Come on up here,
Lindsey.
Lindsey.
Take your bucket hat and go sit down.
Come on, Lindsey. I just need you for a couple of minutes, if you don't mind.
Lindsey,
I just need you for a couple of minutes.
Lindsey,
How you
you
doing, buddy?
didn't hug me when you came in.
I thought you said no.
No, I would never. I wanted to get a hug at least.
But you never moved. I didn't want you to.
Yeah, he ain't getting up.
I can't move.
Yeah, you got to be down.
Once I'm in, that's it.
He ain't getting up.
He deserves it.
I think that thing is fickle there, Lindsey. You might have to get a little closer to that. That thing is very fickle. So
that thing is not on.
Is that working?
New guy.
Is the green? I don't hear him. Is the green light on?
Good job, new guy.
Let me hear you talking there, Lindsey.
New guy, what you got going on here?
Oh, there we go.
Now talk.
Oh, yeah.
Why you didn't cut it on?
Let me hear you.
Come on, new guy. Can you hear me?
I don't know.
I
It's
don't
fine. It's
That's
fine.
my guy. That's my new guy too.
That's great.
Can you hear me?
No.
New guy, can you hear me?
It's fine.
Not hearing nothing so far. Hold
All
on.
right, that's all right. Let's just talking to this mic real quick.
Yeah.
I just need your expertise for a couple minutes. This Pistons situation is like, dude. I just got to ask you. I don't even know what to make of it anymore. Like, I'm trying, and it's just not good. I don't know if they can win again until January 10th. Is the next opportunity?
I got Utah.
I think they can win a game.
The next winnable, the game that they're actually picked to win,
Utah,
is the 21st against Utah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, think about that. They just got no chance every night. What should Piston fans make of these actual players? Because I was watching the game the other night against Philly. Jaden Ivey's playing hard out there. They got these individual guys. It looks to me, I'm not a player, but it looks to me like they're out there trying. You know what I mean? They're not out there trying to lose every night. They're not out there trying, but it doesn't fit. And I do feel bad for the players. They put all this work. I do. It just this collection does not fit together.
Well, you know what? Nobody, Braylon, you can speak to this as well. No professional athlete is trying to lose games.
Exactly.
Everybody wants to win. There are times that you're just in a situation where you're not on a good team. And I think we all know the reality of last year was, like it or not, we were trying to get the first pick in the draft. We wanted to get Wembanyama. That didn't go as planned. But this year, I had no indications that we were purposely trying to tank again.
It's too late to tank. Last year was the tank. This year, there's no Wembanyama in this draft.
No, I couldn't even tell you who the best player in the draft
I
is going to
couldn't
be,
either.
which is scary.
Insert Max Preps player here.
Right.
Basically, what's
Yeah,
gonna
man.
happen. But you look at the situation now, and I think we can honestly say that with Monty coming, this just may not be the personnel that is suitable for him.
Can I ask you about Cade?
Then he shouldn't have been hired.
Look, the Cade Cunningham to me, and again, you guys know more about this than I would ever know. Every time I see Cade on the floor with the ball, it's almost like a black hole. He's not passing it. He's not passing it. It almost feels like he's got to do way too much, and he's forcing his game a little bit. That's what it looks like to me. What is it? Am I on the right track? Am I off base a little bit?
No, I mean, any player that, Cade's our best player, so he takes the responsibility of trying to get us out of this rut. Any best player is going to feel like it's my responsibility to do everything I can to help us win. In saying that, it may be times when he does press a little more, or makes the wrong decision, or that's part of it.
Yep.
And it's a tough situation to be in.
Yeah.
Like you've lost. You think none of those guys are sitting there thinking about every time they go practice, everywhere they go, they're like, we've lost 21 games in a row. Everybody in the NBA, everybody in sports world knows that the Pistons have the longest losing streak in the NBA.
The Spurs have 18.
Yeah, but there's not 21.
Right.
They're catching them.
Blackjack.
Hit me.
Yo,
Hit me.
Lindsay stole my microphone, so I'm operating on this one. No, but let me ask you a real question, too, as it relates to the Pistons right now and the space they're in. We know that they're not trying to lose those games. Like, you've been on bad teams before, I assume. I played for the Browns. Like, you know what it is when you put in all that work.
Right.
All that work on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you go out there and get your butt whooped, and everybody's like, they stink. It's like, it's not because we're not trying. So I agree with you on that, though. But this is a real question. There's a guy that's making decisions. His name starts with a T. How long before we can have a real conversation and say, hey.
TG?
No.
Oh.
T-Dub.
Oh, I thought you meant TG as well.
Yeah, him too. him too. But it you know how it goes. In any situation, it starts with the coach.
Yeah.
Then there's the president, GM. And then finally, you get to the Spanos situation, dog on Los Angeles Chargers. But how long before we can just say that with Troy Weaver? It's like, hey, look, man. And we understand that the NBA has not given the Detroit Pistons the draft picks. Like, they should have got one this year. They should have got one last year. They should have got one year before that.
It's not rigged. What are you talking about?
What? Don't do that. That's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, you get what I'm saying, though. With Troy Weaver, Killian Hayes, some of the picks and plays, is it time to have that real conversation that he might not be the guy or he's not the guy?
Well, fair or unfair, we know how the
business works.
We know how things roll.
Yeah.
Like it starts with the players. Then you get the coach gets the criticism. Then you get the GM. And
but is it the fans that are calling for it? Or is it like, this is a real situation?
The fans are always going to be prisoners of the moment. And everybody right now, I can't tell you how many texts and messages I get telling me, you need to go help the Pistons. What I'm going to do? What the hell you want me to do?
Play.
You want me to go up there and
He scored 135 points the other night. Can you D up the ball?
Guarantee their defense will be better.
So fans are prisoners of the moment, and we understand that. Fans want instant gratification. They want to see, hey, why am I coming to games? Why am I tuning in? What am I watching?
They got 3 wins.
I know, man.
Last year they had 17. The year before that was 21.
Nobody feels as bad for the Pistons as I do because I projected.
That's what you think.
So my comparable to the Pistons were the Houston Rockets of the West. I said these are two teams, very similar.
You said that right.
Very similar personnel. They added some pieces. They're both young. They're building it around some young guys. I said so they both will hover around 500. I thought they would be above 500, under 500, and they'll just stay there, and they'll be fighting for a play-in position, and that's what Houston is doing. I don't know what we're doing. It's just not working. It's not fitting.
Look at Orlando, too.
Don't even talk about Orlando.
Damn, see, Ryan, you on it today.
And another thing is, I love Cade. I think Cade Cunningham is a great player. I think he'll be an all-star one day.
Not for us.
But
mic drop.
But if you look, there are certain guys you look at in the NBA. It's just like football. There are certain quarterbacks or certain guys you look at. They are bona fide number ones. Like bona fide number one. Paolo, Orlando, 6'10".
Number one.
He's a bona fide go-to guy. As great as Cade is,
he's number 2.
Yeah, he's probably the best Batman in NBA.
Scottie Pippen was arguably one of the best basketball players of all time, and people respect his game to the fullest. No one talks about him being Robin.
Right, and I think Cade needs another guy. And I'm not saying Cade can't be a number 1-ish, 1A, 1B, but he needs a guy
right
with him.
Right. No
So
doubt.
you got to make a move. You got to do something.
Listen,
I agree.
Listen, you got a coach in Monty Williams. He don't last. I'm sorry. I know you gave him all that money. You got to have some type of buyout for him. And send him home. Say you're a great guy. Honestly,
where was Monty before they even went to his doorstep to offer him all the
he was
money
home with his feet up.
But dealing with what? His
wife and his
who was
family.
sick. 100%.
Let him go nicely.
And he told us in the press conference.
He didn't want to. Yeah,
he said, "Look,
he don't want to be
I was
here.
trying to take care of my wife, but they
Someone-
offered me all that money." He told us that.
He don't want to be here. The players know he don't want to be here. He can't coach this kind of group. Bob Myers is out there, the former guy that built the Warriors, is available.
But don't stop giving Bob so much credit, okay?
Okay. I'm just saying he was there when they got those players. You got
Bob
lucky, that's fine. That's fine.
I wish we'd get lucky a little bit.
Yeah,
Can we get
But
some
here's
of
the
that
thing. Here's the
luck?
thing.
I'm just saying we have the wrong coach. We do. We got the wrong coach.
We got the wrong everything.
I'm an old guy. I like old guys, but he don't work.
Maz, it seems like we have, and Lindsay, I'll bring it back to you. It seems like we have the wrong everything right now. It seems like we might have, and look, I don't want to get canceled, nothing like that. You see the hat I'm wearing. You see the hat I'm wearing. But I feel like we got the wrong owner.
Yeah.
You have the wrong GM, and you have the wrong coach. Just considering he wanted to deal with his wife and make sure she was good, going through what she had to go through, and they offered him such amount of money, Ryan, and money that even we wouldn't have turned down. But now
They made it-
in the same situation.
Mr. Davis is turning over in his grave right now.
They made
That's
it
all
hard.
I got to say.
They made it hard for him to turn. They made it hard for him to say
Right.
rolling over in his grave.
That's right. That's right. You know, they made him say no, and he said yes.
Exactly.
You know, that's kind of what I was talking about at the beginning of the show when I said if I'm the LA Chargers, I give Brad Holmes a call. And I don't think Brad Holmes wants to leave Detroit, but make him say no.
How many millions? How much of a billionaire is Gores?
He's one of the
Okay.
least.
How much money are we paying Monty?
What,
78 million.
What's that? $20 to him?
Yeah, I mean that's nothing. To
Okay.
him.
I don't think Gores is one of the
But
richest
see,
owners
here's
in the
the
league.
problem. I think here's part of
They
the
don't
problem.
use everybody else's money anyway. So
Right. Here's part of the problem that I think
$9 billion. Wow.
the Pistons are running into.
What number did I just say?
Yeah.
They're running into is you can't just throw money at it and think that's going to be okay.
Right.
Like it's going to fix it. I'm gonna go spend the most on this coach. I'm gonna go do. That's not.
They
gonna
got a
fix
younger
it.
They got a younger Dwayne Casey. That's what they got.
Oh, you can't be the
They got a
Yankees?
younger Dwayne Casey.
Well, they got a lot of answers, guys. Lindsay, thanks, man. Have a good weekend, buddy. Thanks for coming in. We're gonna take
a microphone back.
We're gonna take a break. When we come back, we'll do the pick segment, and then we'll get out of here for the weekend. But this is yeah, baby. Come on now, you hit it. Picks next, very important.
I know
But
where
first, a
you're
message from Big Boy.
All right,
I know where
guys.
you from.
Winter time in Detroit's
And
always
Jack
better.
Labrador.
With comfort food from Big Boy, try the veal parmesan or the new Southern Comfort chicken bowl. How about breakfast? Start it off with the stuffed potato pancakes and the Santa Fe omelet. The lumberjack omelet is awesome, and the apple pie hotcakes. Those are Lindsay's very favorite breakfast item. Top it all off with the gingerbread shake. Get to your local Big Boy for all the goods. And of course, I've got my deck of cards here from Jack Labrador. A great stocking stuffer. Look at this thing.
Is that?
Look at this thing open. This is.
Oh,
It's gorgeous.
Labrador.
Labrador. Forget it.
Labrador.
This is a new way to play. What do they call that game again?
Rock, paper, scissors.
There you go. New way to play rock, paper, scissors. 2 new symbols, 3 new games. One deck brings all 3 games to the table. Perfect for that last-minute shopper like Lindsey Hunter and you guys out there. Scan the QR code or head on over to jacklabrador.com. Pick up your deck today.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
At work and at home. We're there with smarter security solutions, featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Hey, gang. For over 60 years, Fairway Packing Company has provided Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef, Wagyu beef, and dry-aged beef. You can experience the Fairway difference for yourself today. All you got to do is visit the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods for grab-and-go steaks. If you can't make it in person, order online, fairwaypacking.com, fairwaypacking.com. And let me tell you also about Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome, and it's open 7 days a week. There's over 100 locations nationwide, many of them locally here in the Metro Detroit area. There is one near you. Go ahead, check it out. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week. You could walk in anytime. No appointment necessary. It's wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome.
All right, we're running out of show here. I got about 10 minutes left.
Picks.
So, Maz, go ahead. I got to get my sheet together
Ryan,
here.
I promise not to talk a lot.
Here we go.
There's no talk. It's basically just picks.
All right, go ahead.
Got it. We got talk time.
No. I'm just answering questions.
All right. Vikings at the Bengals tomorrow. Bengals are a home favorite with the new guy, Jake Browning, behind center. The Vikings have a rookie behind center as well. It's a 3-point Bengal. They are favored, Ryan.
I'm going to go with the Bengals at home. I saw what I saw last night with the Chargers and their rookie.
Easton Stick?
Easton Stick. I'm going to go with Cincy.
Welcome to the jungle.
Cincy?
You know I usually take, right? But I'm not doing it this time.
It's the first time all season long you have not taken the Minnesota Vikings.
Give me the Bengals. Still going to be a one-score game, though. But they'll cover the 3.
Okay.
They'll win by 6.
Blowout, by the way.
4 or 6.
Blowout.
They don't get blown out.
Like I said, blowout.
Okay, here's another game for tomorrow. Steelers at the Colts.
Oh, I hate this game.
Colts are favored by 1.5 at the old Hoosier Dome, I'm going to call it, even though it's not that anymore.
If this was a legitimate, I would never play this game in a million years.
No.
But I'll
Two
just,
disgusting
by
teams.
default, I'll say Indianapolis.
Both can make the playoffs in the AFC, which tells you how pathetic
Indy,
it
because
is.
I want to root for Indy. I don't want Pittsburgh to make the playoffs.
Pittsburgh, because I root for Mike Tomlin.
Give me those
But
Colts.
to Ryan's point, I think the Colts are going to win, but I'm rooting for Mike Tomlin.
Give me those Colts. Hey, well, you didn't give our records out, right?
Yeah, well, go ahead.
Lot
You got
to
it in
a
front
little.
of you.
Go ahead.
That's okay.
Lot to
Bears
a
at the Browns. A lot of orange in this game. Browns are favored by 3 against the Red Hot Bears.
Dude, go ahead.
Bears.
I'm going with the Bears too,
Bears.
man.
Bears.
I'm going with the Bears too.
Bears.
They are hot, man. Give me the Browns.
That's the same pick.
Give me the Browns.
If Chicago wins this game, look out. They can get to 10 in
Chicago,
a playoff.
Green Bay.
10.
Last game
Yes.
of the season.
They have
Chicago
5.
Green.
I know.
So they can't get to 10.
If they win this game,
9.
They can get to
they
9.
get to 9 and 8. They
Yeah.
get to 9 and 8.
Okay.
And make the playoffs.
That means they beat the Lions. They beat the Green Bay Packers twice.
All right, here we go. Here's another in-division rival for us. It's the Buccaneers at Lambeau Field. Packers favored by 3.5 against the Bucs, who win ugly, but they win.
Maz, you're talking about the NFC Central. Back in the day, last time the Lions won, they won the NFC Central. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and your boy.
Wow, Baker
Mayfield.
Up-down theory in the NFL, going with the Packers. Packers can get to 10 as well. And I am, as a Lions fan, I am more nervous about the Packers getting to 10 than Minnesota.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll take the Pack as well at home. They'll hold court at home and win it at Lambeau. The Ravens and the Jags. Jags are home, and injured Trevor Lawrence behind center. Jags are getting 3.5. They are a home underdog. Braylon.
As I'm learning the betting game, obviously home dog, especially a team that is good, you should pick them. But I think it's the Baltimore Ravens. I think it's finally their time. I think the defense is the second best in the NFL. Lamar Jackson got paid. He has his weapons. And with the exception of Mark Andrews, they're healthy. Give me the Ravens. Barely.
I'm going to go with the Ravens, too. I agree with the home dog situation, but I just am not into Trevor Lawrence again. I'm going with Baltimore.
That's good. Give me the Jags.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
I mean, that's one of my locks of the week.
Really?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah. Hell to the yeah. Ravens at home last week. The Rams almost beat them. Had to go to overtime and get a punt
you're
return.
right. What am I thinking? Can I switch?
No.
No, I can't.
No, you can.
No, can I?
Yeah.
I want the Jags.
You got it.
Yeah.
Bray, you want them?
Fire.
Okay. Your Ravens are your Super Bowl team. They're your Super Bowl team.
At the end of the day, I think it's the up-down theory, but I think it also pertains to when you almost lose a game. I think you go back, you watch the film, and you look, you're like, yo, we let Matt Stafford come in here and almost beat us with a Rams team that wasn't necessarily that good. So I think it's an up-down theory, even in a win. Ravens.
I just love Trevor Lawrence. The guy he just plays. He don't miss a start. He's a great leader, and he's going to become a great quarterback. I'm going with him and Calvin Ridley. And on a 3-touchdown day, as a matter of fact. Cowboys at the Bills. Game of the week. That's the 4:30 game on Fox.
This is my lock of the
Bills
week.
in Orchard Park, favored by 2 over the high-flying Cowboys.
Lock. Bills. If I had $1 million,
oh, don't say that.
I'd bet $2 million.
Don't say that.
On the Buffalo
Really?
Bills.
You'd be crazy.
And that's why we do
against
not
a great
bet
team,
anymore.
you're going to bet $2 million?
So
can you pick a crappy team at least?
If I had $1 million,
I would bet
I'd bet
you didn't
$2
hear that
million.
part.
Go ahead. Brian.
He was betting money he didn't have.
I know.
So
that's a joke, by the
right,
way.
we know
everybody.
that. We know that.
It's a joke.
You know what's not a joke is exactly what he said. I'm betting on the Buffalo Bills too, by the way. I feel like the Dallas Cowboys are due for a letdown. And I think the Bills are at that right time. They're moving in the right direction. Joe Brady, offensive coordinator, he's helping Josh Allen calm down. I'm going with the Bills too.
You know what might actually be a lock, and I don't even know what the total is, but over.
You like the over?
Like,
700 points.
You don't know if the weather's going to be good.
I don't even know what it is.
I'm going under.
There you go.
See what the number is
No, because
while
it
I make
should
my
be an
choice.
over.
Yeah.
Say what the number is while I make my choice. Of course, I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys.
Are you taking
How
Dallas?
are you getting the Cowboys as an underdog? How?
Because last week and this week.
It's plus 51.
Last week, big game, big win.
That's good.
And then next week, they've got to.
Let me just look at the records here. I got 56 wins. Braylon's got 45, and you got 44.
Hey, man, look.
Give me the Cowboys.
That is what it is.
I'll take Dallas.
You got the Dallas
Give me
Cowboys.
my NFC all day long.
Couple of tough games for the Dallas Cowboys. They go at Bills, at Dolphins.
Side note, the best pick you ever made, you know I have a memory of shark. When you picked the coach last year.
Against the Chiefs.
That's the best pick.
I said even up.
That's the best pick you've ever made on the show. And you were like, yeah, it's a no-brainer. I was like, what's Matt's on? That's why I got to trust you, big guy.
Thanks, buddy. Give me the boys. They're just different this year. And finally, our game. Broncos at the Lions. You know what's at stake. Lions are 4.5-point favorites. Who wants it? You want
I'll
me
go
to?
first. I'll let
Go ahead.
Ryan go last. I'll let him save the luster for over there. I told you what it is. I got to see it. The Detroit Lions have been declining the last 6 weeks, and I keep trying to be on the bandwagon, keep trying to be on the boat. I'm holding on, one hand on, one hand off. Give me the Broncos until they show me otherwise.
I get it.
All right.
And all week we've been talking about this game, and my mind has changed towards the end of the week. I had the Broncos already circled on my on my pool. Now I might go to the Lions here. I don't know. Last week Ryan took the Bears, and I wanted to take the Bears, and I went off. I got to stick with the Broncos here too. Getting
You do
4.5.
realize I picked the Bears in that game last week, like on my preseason joint.
You ready for this?
We gave you a win.
Lions, baby!
There he is.
Lions by double digits.
All right.
By double digits. Lions down.
I hope you win.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
Is it because they need it or because you feel it?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
Oh,
I
okay.
actually feel that this is going to be I feel that this Lions team is going to put it all together this week.
You know what? I like that.
Yep.
How about the boys? Let's go to Kenny. Kenny, who you like tomorrow?
I had 24-21 Lions. It's going to be a slightly defensive battle, and I got a Riley Patterson walk-off. Let's get it, baby.
Oh, look at you.
Let's get it, baby.
From what? From what?
From
20 yards? From 20, 28 yards out? Pete, how about you?
Yeah, I got the Lions tomorrow, definitely by 7 points. I think that they're going to be able to crush the Broncos.
Pete never picks the Lions,
baby.
He hates the Lions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but when the gamblers on the line,
You've been working with
gamble,
sports.
you
You've
got to
been
go with what you got to go.
Bray, get us out of here, buddy.
Look,
Love
man,
you, bud.
it was an amazing week.
It's a great day.
We limped through, but we figured it out and we got good just for you. We appreciate you guys tuning in. This is what we do. Arguing with my brother. You guys like that, didn't you?
Baby.
You like that? This is what we do. We can be objective. I don't have to always agree with you.
Yes, we are.
I don't have to always agree with you. I don't have to agree with Maz. Yo, love you guys. Yo, KG, great freaking job, man. Look to see more of you in the future.
Kenny, good energy.
Peace, bye back. I appreciate
energy,
the work
Kenny.
that you put in.
I like
appreciate
being
those
around
angles,
you,
those
Kenny.
graphics. Thank you so much. And Maz, you're always the MVP of the show.
Thanks,
you know
buddy.
that. You
Yeah,
through
baby.
Jack. I'm gonna throw Labrador. We appreciate you guys
Labrador.
for tuning out. We'll
That's
see you
what we
guys
should've
tomorrow.